Hello, and welcome to. Oh God, we got a blooper reel for you all. Welcome to the Bluegrass Sports Show, or
the BS show where we practice our bends and our snaps.
Okay. Oh God.
Did you ever watch Legally Blonde?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Never.
Never. All
Reese
I know is it's got that. Is that blonde's name?
That blonde. Yes, that blonde's name. She's fantastic. That's a great movie.
Gorgeous.
She is a fantastic attorney in that movie.
Oh, is she?
I guess. You like how I incorporated the BS with the bend and snap?
Thinks he's brilliant. Brilliant. Give him what's a good IQ, like 180? Give him a 180. I'm Carl.
That also means I can lay flat.
Oh jeez. Want to put my chin?
No.
Anyway, I'm Carl. Gosh.
I am Perry.
The animal. A wussy one.
I'm just saying.
Lord have mercy.
It's in protest of you not watching Legally Blonde.
So today, guys.
It's on Hulu. I'm going home and watching it tonight.
Anyway, can we move past Legally Blonde?
Okay.
All right, we're past it now, just for your view. Hey, quick thought here. A second ago, we go to record and we're screwed up. Right? It's not perfect. So it's not picking up as much as the video as we want it to. It's smaller. And Perry, instead of adjusting the camera, pushes back the table that the camera's on, and he's pushing and nothing's changing. We look the exact same. Oh God, it was awful. But anyway,
I didn't see him trying to fix the problem. He was providing zero solutions.
I was laughing.
Providing zero solutions.
Till I said stop it, and then I fixed it. So today we're coming at you with the top Cal's team. If you had to pick 5 starters.
That's the way you're going to word that, the top Cal's team.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking, yeah, you word it better than.
Just hush.
Blah, blah, blah.
Just hush.
Blah.
Our goal today is to go ahead and provide a continuation of the little short film series that we've been doing.
Short film series.
Analyzing just an all-time starting 5. We started with Patino. We've had Tubby. Today we're going to move on to Cal. Cal's era at Kentucky. We're going to put together a top 5 starting 5 that we would like to see placed in, in a gauntlet with the other 2 teams and see what would happen. Unfortunately, we'll never see it, but we can talk about it. We can fantasize about it. So, with the help of you viewers, we have determined, of course, who will be our center. Without the help of you viewers who wanted to split the vote down the middle, we still have no idea what we're doing for shooting guard.
And for those of you that don't know, we posted a question to Facebook, to Twitter, and asked you to vote for starting shooting guard. And the first option was Malik Monk, second option was Jamal Murray, and we left an option for other that you could leave in the comments. And it was a split tie between Monk and Murray. So, what we have decided to do when we get to that point, once we get to shooting guard, I'm going to flip a coin. And we are going to see who is the starting shooting guard for the Cal team. So, when we get there, though, yes. You take off. You were doing fantastic.
I was doing fantastic?
You were. Okay. Take off.
We have pretty much been solidified with our 3 starters around the 2 and the 5.
Oh yeah.
I think we were pretty much on the same wavelength that we were down to Wall and Ulis at points, but we both decided to go with Wall.
Right.
For an all-time Cal starting point. Now, you can make arguments for Ulis.
You can.
You can go all the way and make arguments for De'Aaron Fox. I think if you put it in order under Cal, I think it would line up Wall and very close to Wall with Ulis. And then you have De'Aaron Fox at 3 and Brandon Knight at 4. That's the way I would order it.
I could see that, yeah. Very easily.
And I'm someone who loved Andrew Harrison, but I'm not going to put Andrew Harrison in conversation with those 4.
And Teague was good at Kentucky.
Well, Teague was good for what we needed him to be. So
that's why I said at Kentucky. And
then from there, you've got Wall at the point, so we'll drop down to small forward, and there's not really any contest here. It has to be Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Yeah,
really, the closest thing you're going to have in this conversation would be Darius Miller. I mean, James Young played the 3 on the 2014 team, but James Young doesn't touch Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
No.
Not at all.
Not as an overall player. As a scorer, he beats him.
Now, Trey Lyles played small forward for the 2015 team. He was good, but I still don't think you would put him on the same level.
Gilchrist.
Exactly. Gilchrist, number 2 overall pick. Now, whether he should have been that high or not, and what he's performed in the league since then, that's debatable.
But the reason he was picked, I fully believe, was off his tenacity, and he ain't lost that.
Coming out of college, I do think he was the second best player in that draft, but Bradley Beal's been fantastic.
Yeah.
If you were to redo that draft, and I'm sure we'll touch base on this.
I don't think he falls out of the top 5.
I don't think he does either, but he definitely Davis is staying at 1.
Yeah.
You're probably taking Lillard at 2, and then taking Bradley Beal still at 3. So.
Yeah, he's fallen, but I don't know about. I mean, he wouldn't fall far. He wouldn't vastly over.
I don't think so either. That draft is looked at so massively with so much talent. It's not really panned out with a ton of talent. The top level talent has been fantastic, but the rest of it not really. Now, so we're set at the point with Wall, set at the small forward with Gilchrist. Now we drop down to power forward, and this is where while
Scott posed a question on Facebook.
Yes.
About this, and I cleared it up for him.
Not only did Scott pose that question, a lady by the name of Kay Poor, who I worked with at Accenture, she also, me and her were messaging privately, and she was kindly curious in regards to is Davis being considered a center or being considered a power forward. She actually considered voting for Aaron Harrison at the shooting guard position, which I could see for what he did in the tournament.
Yes,
I can see that, but I just
think overall career at Kentucky, I mean, they were.
It's Murray or Monk.
Yeah,
it's Murray or Monk. Now, John Roark, you may have recognized his glorious name from his glorious face, a 2-time guest host of the Bluegrass Sports Show. He put forth
the skinniest guest host we've ever
He put forth a vote for second-tier shooting guard to be Deron Lamb. He had Murray 1, Deron Lamb 2.
Lamb was pretty good. So he didn't even have Monk on there?
Didn't have Monk.
Woo.
What he did is he provided 2 situational lineups. He had Murray in his first lineup, had Lamb in his second, didn't even list Monk. So at power forward, we established that we were going to play Davis at the 4.
Yeah.
Because while Anthony Davis played center at Kentucky,
well, they also had Terrence Jones.
3 of the 4 best players that has played under Cal has played the center position.
Right.
So it
would make more sense to move him to 4.
In order to have the best Cal lineup, you have to play Anthony Davis at his natural position at the power forward where he plays in the NBA.
Right.
He could have played the 4 in college. It's just the lineup that we had. He had to play the 5.
Right. I mean, like I said, we had Terrence Jones starting at power forward.
Exactly.
That team.
And it's not uncommon for players in college to play a bigger position in college than what they do in the NBA. So that's not uncommon.
Yeah, the size is much bigger in NBA.
So with that lineup thus far, Wall, Gilchrist, Davis. Karl-Anthony Towns was who was voted by our fans.
He won the fan vote.
Of course, to be the starting center for this team. Mm-hmm. You can flip a coin between him and DeMarcus. DeMarcus had a better season as far as statistics go at Kentucky, but Karl Towns did not have a slouch season. He played a fraction of the minutes that DeMarcus Cousins did.
And we've already had this argument. I was actually pulling for Cuz, and he was pulling for Cat. So that's why this question came about, was we literally couldn't decide. Because I said when you look at literal stats and how they played at Kentucky, Cuz did better. But I also said that Cat was kind of limited. And that's what
I don't think he was limited with. I don't think Cal held him back per se, like some people might say he did. He was just limited from the minutes because we platooned that.
Yeah, total teams.
He played anywhere between 20 to 23 minutes a game for the most. I don't know exactly what his stats was as far as minutes per game, but it was a fraction of what Cousins played. And Karl-Anthony Towns was the number 1 pick in that draft, taking over D'Angelo Russell and Jahlil Okafor and Kristaps Porzingis.
Yep.
Boogie was taken 5th in his draft. The difference to me as what sets Towns apart from Boogie is that if you go back and you redo those drafts, DeMarcus still probably doesn't go higher than 3 in that draft. Karl Towns still goes number 1.
Yes.
So that was my argument for Towns. Of course, the fan base seemed to side with me, except for you, Christy. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and move with Karl Towns at the 5 to play beside Anthony Davis at the 4. Now, here's where we get to at the shooting guard position.
And here's my coin.
Ironically, we asked for comments if you didn't agree with the two, and we had some people vote for other but left no comments.
No comments.
Naturally, the others were likely for Devin Booker.
Maybe Deron Lamb.
If you include NBA career, I get having Booker in this, but Devin Booker was a fraction of the player that Murray and Monk were at Kentucky, while Book was at Kentucky.
Yeah.
So, to me, the conversation...
But the same thing could be said. I mean, he came off the bench.
Yes, I completely agree. But he did not have the impact on that team, per se.
Right.
Because Karl Towns still had a massive impact. He was the number one overall player taken in the draft.
Right.
Based off of his performances that season. So, Booker did not have the same impact on that team as what Monk had on last year's Kentucky team, or Jamal Murray did on the 2016 Kentucky team.
Right. He didn't have the impact. I agree.
So, now, my argument for this would be Jamal Murray. I think his argument
is Malik Monk.
Now, it's been a tie. I look at it in an aspect, if I was putting these teams together, I think Murray would play better beside Wall. Just my opinion. I think Murray would be a better counterpart to play beside Wall. He's excellent coming off screen, spotting up, shooting. You put that kind of perimeter shooter, that kind of perimeter threat beside John Wall to space the floor, and beside Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to space the floor, or Karl-Anthony Towns' ability to space the floor.
Monk was a great three-point shooter.
He was as well, but he was more of a one-on-one scorer. He could still come off screens and catch and shoot, but that was more so Murray's game. Murray excelled at that. So I completely understand the argument for Monk. Right. Absolutely. I think the biggest vote tally for Monk is because he's the most recent. He's fresh in everybody's mind.
But he's overall, and this goes to what Scott said as well. Overall, he's a much better scorer than Monk, I think.
Better than Murray.
Or better than Murray. Yeah, Monk's better than Monk. Monk's better than Murray as an overall scorer.
I don't know if I completely agree with that, but I can see how one could argue that. Right. I don't necessarily agree that he's a complete better scorer, because Murray could score in a lot of ways. He was great at slash to the basket, and he can go over top of people too. Yeah. So Murray was fantastic. I just don't think
he does it as good as Monk.
Maybe,
but
Monk's
like you said,
athletically.
Yeah, he is that. And like you said, Murray was probably, when you talk spot shooting three, he was probably better than Monk.
He might be the best in the University of Kentucky history.
Ooh. Ooh. I don't know.
I think he was.
Meeks was very good, too.
Jody was very good.
But anyway.
But Murray was doing Jody things as a freshman.
True.
And something else, whenever you compare Murray to Monk, Murray was drafted higher. Granted, you have to put into perspective the overall strength of the draft that each one was in. Mm-hmm. So that plays a factor, and I fully acknowledge that.
Fox was picked before Monk.
Yes. Right? Fox was picked, I think he went number 5, and I think Monk went between 10 and
bad omens for
10
Fox.
and 13.
He goes number 5 to the Sacramento Kings.
He's going to be good.
Yeah, but who went number 5 to the Sacramento Kings?
That's true.
Bad omen.
And I think Tyreek Evans went number 4 to the Kings.
Yep.
So
bad omen.
It is what it is. But
that's just sorry. That's completely off topic.
What we're going to do to settle this debate.
Gonna flip my coin.
We're going to flip a coin now. Wow, if you know me, you know I say if it's not a quarter, it's not official. We do not have a quarter.
Oh, yes, we got a quarter around here somewhere.
I've been looking at the change. There's no quarter. Do you have a quarter in your pocket?
Possibly.
So not only does it have to be a quarter, it has to be done 2 out of 3 times. Definitive.
Okay. Oh, should we do? No, because we couldn't do. Who's going to do the third one?
Well, I mean,
we can do. I'll do one. You do one.
You don't have. Well, what are you talking? No, just
flipping.
All you got to do is flip the coin. We didn't decide who was head and who was tails.
Oh.
Heads, go ahead and let it. Don't count this one. Heads will be Murray.
All right.
I don't even know what that was. Heads will be Murray because he played first. Tails will be Monk because he played second.
Okay. That one was tails that we're not counting.
No, I'm sorry. I don't make the rules.
Yeah, you made that rule.
First,
it's tails.
It's tails. So 1 vote for Malik.
Yay.
I'll be satisfied with either. Second.
Oh, gosh.
We're going to a nerve-wrenching, decisive game 3.
You just can't decide between Murray and Monk. Nobody can. Not even God.
And the pick? Malik Monk.
Yay.
Right. So you arguably have the most athletic perimeter in the history of college basketball. with
pretty stout.
With now you add Monk to Wall and Kidd-Gilchrist.
Right.
which that's actually now Monk wasn't a good defender, neither was Murray, but with Wall's defensive ability and Gilchrist's defensive ability to shadow him.
Yes.
Oh man.
And I think Monk's biggest problem defensively was he just got beat.
Yeah.
He would get baited into messing up. I think he's got the athleticism to guard anybody.
I think
he just don't have the knowledge yet.
I think Monk's biggest problem defensively was Jamal Murray's biggest problem defensively, and it's a lot of players' defensive problems. Players that go and are one and dones at Duke, players that go one and dones at Kansas, UCLA, wherever. They're 18 and 19 years old,
right? And
they're playing a completely different speed of game.
That's what I'm saying.
And that can be said. That can be said for all the one and dones that play everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are kids. They're playing a new game.
Kids are kids.
So what we got now?
Boys are going to be boys.
Boys are going to be boys. What we got now? We have our 3 teams set up. Representing Rick Pitino from the 90s era Kentucky Wildcats.
Wait. This video is about Cal and
I understand.
This video's over.
I'm informing.
I didn't know this video was over.
Exactly.
Sorry.
We've got our lineup.
You're good.
We've got
You're
our
good,
lineup.
sweetheart.
They don't have to have us explain why we took what we took. Anyways, representing Pitino, you're going to have Tony Delp.
Yep.
You're going to have
Anderson.
Derek Anderson. You're
Mercer.
going to have Ron Mercer. You're going to have, who did we take? Jamal Mashburn. And then Antoine Walker. Okay, solid lineup. Representing Orlando, Toby Smith, that he's never heard of.
I have now.
Oh, yes, you're going to have Rajon Rondo. Keith Bogans. You're going to have Tayshaun Prince. You're going to have Chuck Hayes.
Chucky.
You're going to have Jamal McGuire.
Chucky.
Maybe the best defensive lineup that we put together.
I think it is.
And then representing John Calipari for the University of Kentucky.
Most athletic lineup we put together.
Exactly. You're going to have John Wall. You're going to have Malik Monk. You're going to have Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. You're going to have Anthony Davis. And you're going to have Karl-Anthony Towns. What we will be giving to you in our next video, we're going to discuss all 3 teams. We're going to debate, go position by position, see where advantages are, and at the end, try to rank them 1 through 3, how we think they would line up.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be. It's a lot tougher whenever you sit and think about it.
I think number 1 takes it. I do. There's just too much talent there. But anyway,
there's going to be.
We will get into all of that. Yeah, there's going to be a ton of talent. Ton of talent. And we got basically the 93 team, or 96 team with Pitino. Except taking one of the best players of Pitino's era, if not the best.
Something I want people to keep in mind. We're not, whenever we are going to compare these teams in the next video, and I will emphasize this then as well.
Okay.
You're not taking their entire career at Kentucky and you're placing it against an entire career at Kentucky. You're taking these guys at their best ability.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And you're saying that these guys are going to play one game at their best.
Yep.
How would it pan out?
Right.
All right. So I'm good to go.
Yep.
I'm ready for the next video.
All right, guys. If you like that video, hit that like button and that subscribe button. I don't know why he's yelling. Fun videos. Shoot. Like us on Facebook, Bluegrass Sports Show, Twitter, Bluegrass Sport 2. Still trying to get to 50. Still trying to get to 50, guys. Share it with your friends. Anything you want to add?
Not at all.
I can't think of anything.
I'm good to go. I'm ready to.
So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.
Can't wait for tomorrow.
Bye-bye.